Hello, here's Berlin Music TV, and we're sitting here with Larry and Jonna from the band Negative, and Monique. So, hi, how are you?
Hey, we're good. Fine, it's all good. We just played our first show out of 12 shows here in Germany last night in Dresden. Audience, they were great. Great as always.
Yeah, and what are your impressions of Germany, touring in Germany?
I really love to do shows here because it seems like we have here really strong, loyal fan base already. We've been touring here since 2004, 2005, so it's good to be around.
And you have toured in Japan, and what's the difference between Germany or other countries? Is there any difference?
I think in Japan people are like they have different kind of manners. They are looking the show really carefully, and if Jonna says something like clap your hands, everybody is doing it. But between the songs, they are always like total silence. They are listening what he's saying.
Okay, really?
Yeah, and here it's like energy.
Yeah, dancing. Cool.
Yeah.
You have made a new album in LA?
Yeah, last fall. We spent there for 3 months, and it was really inspiring and nice experience for the band. I mean, as a band, we've done like 4 albums before this one, so this is our 5th one already. So we wanted to try something different, and we wanted to break our habits.
Yeah, tell us about your new album. Is it the best you have made, or what?
No, of course it is. Always the latest one is always the best. This time we really, there was some member changing in a band, lineup changing back in days. So this time we have 1 guitarist, 1 keyboarder, 1 bass player, drummer. There's 5 members in the band, and 1 instrument for each. So it's a bit different. But with Karma Killer, it was like a new start, 2008 for the band, when the lineup was updated, and this time we really knew we were self-comfortable with our instruments, and we knew what we gonna achieve.
So, and what do you think about LA? Why LA?
Negative, you can hear influences from the bands like Guns N' Roses, Aerosmith, a lot of American bands, and including bands from UK as well, and not to mention German band The Scorpions. We love that band. Oh, of course, I love, and especially their ballad ones. I do remember when I took my first steps as a dancer back in days. It was some kind of school party. I was around 10, and I had a crush on this girl. She was 3-4 years older than I was. It was so cute. And they were playing the Scorpions Wind of Change song, and I was, oh my god, I love this girl. And my head was between her boobs. Because I was so short and she was so tall. You know the hormones, how they go at that age.
Yeah, about the hormones. What do you think? You're very successful, and what is it? A lot of Finnish bands are successful. Is it all about the hormones of the screaming girls, or what it is?
Even we are getting older as human beings. We are trying to keep it simple and trying to keep the music beautiful as it possible. So I think this Slavian melancholic roots that makes common thing between Finnish bands, for example, Him, Nightwish, not to mention the Rasmus and all these great bands, and including us. It's I don't know. It's dark, long winters, and that's the source of the beautiness that we are searching for. I think. What do you think?
Maybe that was the key in the making the neon, because it was really cold in Finland at the time, and then we went to the LA and it was sunny, so it was like summer again.
I think we need it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you think about,
I was saying that that sun over there, and then this Finnish melancholy coming from the cold winter, you know.
Yeah, that was
This
the
atmosphere, mixture of sun and
Yeah.
winter or something.
If you take those opposites, it makes the attention for the album.
Yeah.
You can really, there's a huge energy on Neon. If you're listening it really carefully with the headphones on, you get the point.
And what do you think about Germany? Do you ever have the chance to go around in Berlin, to visit Berlin, or go to clubs or something like this?
On Sunday we're gonna have a day off at the Reeperbahn. So probably we go to check some nice nightclubs and stuff like that. But I don't know. I love this local church. I have some kind of obsession to those historical churches. So it's really nice.
And do you were around in Berlin in former years, or do you have the chance to go to a club or something like this? No.
No, we
Never.
used to. We slept in a bus, but
We
nowadays
were in one club one time. Do you remember?
no.
Lex was here and
Oh yeah, it was. Our label guys came from
Yeah.
Finland. It was really nice. They rented a limousine and stuff like that.
I
we were
forgot the
driving
name of the
all
club,
over.
but
Hey, actually, yeah, there's actually really nice nightlife in Berlin. Sorry, I've been too wasted every time. But it's been like there was this. It was under the crown, and there was huge nightclub. There were like 4 or 5 different kind of
But it was in the underground?
yeah decorates for each clubs, and it was a huge place. Some kind of punker or I don't know. Maybe.
a lot of punks in Berlin.
Yeah, but I think it was like we took it randomly. We were like, where shall we go? And let's go to that place. And we went there, and there were huge stairs, and we walked them all the way down, and suddenly it was like, what the fuck is this place? There was all these cool girls. I mean, they were wearing these nice outfits, and somebody was police officers, and they were like, you know, checking your alcohol level.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it was,
I never was there.
I don't know what kind of party, but I felt like Freddie Mercury
Yeah, very cool. Maybe it's
back
also-
in 80s.
Yeah, it is very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and can you?
Sometimes I feel I'm gonna break down and cry.
Okay, and tell us something about music life in Finland and Tampere. Or do you think there's a lot of difference to Berlin to Germany, or how it is club life and music life there?
Music scene is really strong nowadays. It seems like young people and new generation of people are going to see new bands, and it seems like even 10 years ago, 7 years ago, when we started as a recording artist, it seemed that it wasn't possible to sell 300-400 tickets for your show without record deal. You know what I mean? But nowadays it's like 500-600 people, and they come to see the bands, which are selling their demos from hand to hand to the people. So it's good. It proves that there's a future for live music and music itself. Even though music industry itself it's at some kind of breaking point at the moment, but I think some kind of development is good for that as well.
So you're happy to play tonight? Is it
Of
cool
course.
to
That's
go on
it.
tour, or do you want to go home and
No,
you know what I mean?
No, at first you get to turn your touring mood on. Yesterday I remember when we came to the spot, and it's like a new home it's gonna be our home for the next 2 weeks. So you have to. It takes for a while, just maybe 15 minutes.
Not so much time.
But every time, last night I was on stage and I told the audience that I don't want to leave this place, and I said it straight from my heart, because that's the thing what we are living through. That's something you have, you know, something why the band was formed, to make live shows for the people. And when you see and get all that energy from them, it's phenomenal, and you can even describe it you can put it in words.
Okay.
It's nice. I don't know. It's a huge process. The album itself, when you put like 12, 13, 15. This time we wrote like 25 new songs for this album, and we picked all the best ones. And it's a huge process. It's not just like, let's go and make an album. If you think about the time, 7 years since our first album came out, and include all the 5 albums on that, plus touring, it's been really fucking hectic. I can tell you. I mean, but we enjoy it.
Yeah.
We must enjoy it because otherwise you wouldn't do that kind of things. It's been just. You have to keep the wheels turning.
And what are your experience with the music business? I mean, were you more free before you have a label and all the stuff, or it's the same?
Of course, we were signed. We were licensed through what was the Roadrunner here in Europe, which was more orientated to heavy metal music. But this time we have our new home is Warner Music, and I believe it will help. And only future will tell, but I believe already it's good for us. I mean, not to underestimate it. I don't want to underestimate Roadrunner and their bet for us, but they did a great job. But sometimes it's good to take new steps and new people around you. So we are really looking forward to the future at the moment. I don't know, we are just that way. We are old school as band that we want to keep touring. We want to make big tours.
Do you think about your audience if you write songs and lyrics? Is it a point to think about, or only for you and for your music?
I think the songs they just come from somewhere. It just you pick up guitar and suddenly there's an idea. I don't know where it comes from upstairs. I think.
It seems like we are some kind of messengers of some bigger force. You know what I mean?
If you're thinking too much, it's like you get nothing done.
Yeah, I can't write song. Just let's put it this way: just I take guitar and okay, now I'm gonna write this nice ballad. It never happens. I've tried that. It never happens. Usually it goes like. It takes. If I try to do that kind of things, it takes like many weeks to get back on the real mood. You know what I mean? Because you can't fool your creative side. You can't fool it. You have to be honest to yourself. You have to know it's always like pushing your limits and value. You have to value that side of you. You know what I mean? It's kind of. I think we've been blessed by the gift of creativeness.
Okay. And now, while the tour, is there you have, there come reactions from the audience. Is there some song you think, oh, they really like them, the fans? They like this song mostly?
I don't know. It's nice to play those new songs because it seems like, especially here, because yesterday was the first show. I recognize the people's faces that they haven't heard those songs except on the album, and it's really nice to see the reactions because at this point of the tour, maybe more we go forward and more we do shows, it's gonna change. But at this point, it's still like people are like, oh, this is this song, and they're like checking it out. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. But especially those older songs and more familiar songs, they're like, oh, this they've heard it many times live as well. So it takes time, and it's nice. It's nice for us.
Okay, thank you, and have a nice tour, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you for having us here. It was our pleasure.